Alright, hello everyone, welcome. Today, we are going to be going through our gripes and stuff, but also the positive things about Wuthering Waves, because today, we are taking the 2.3 player satisfaction survey, or whatever they call it. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Before it pops up on screen, let me go through all the, Okay. So here we go. We got the survey right here. Just wanted to make sure all the agreement stuff was agreed to. But anyways, let's go ahead and start. First question. So far, how would you rate your overall experience with the 2.3 update? This was the Cube event, the Cube companion stuff, Blaze in the Dark, and the Summer Siakona. I think her name is Siakona. I don't know how you say her name. I'm going to say Siakona. If I'm wrong, I apologize. And Zanny. I haven't done Siakona's companion quest yet, but I've heard very good things about it. But overall, in terms of the update, I'm satisfied. Based on your experience in the current version, how satisfied are you with the following? Story, pretty satisfied. World exploration, very satisfied. Environmental visuals, very satisfied. Music and sound effects, I would say I'm satisfied. Extremely satisfied with that. Yeah, no, I'm cool with it. Combat, very satisfied. Resonator building, I'm assuming this means building the characters, so I'm gonna say neutral for that. The visuals, though, overall satisfied. Performance optimizations, I'll say neutral, because there's still some stuff I would like. UI design, not a big fan of the UI. I just feel like, one, the UI is very bland, and then there's also just, the UI is sometimes a little confusing. With the event page and stuff, not having claim all buttons and stuff. I guess confusing's not the word, but I don't know, I feel like they could definitely do a little bit more to clean up the UI in terms of some of the events they have on there that are the hologram stuff is always on there, and it constantly has the red mark and stuff. And then echoes can be a little confusing to get through at times with the way they have it organized. Presets, I think, could still be, the preset UI I think could be fixed a little bit. And then overall, the UI in general is just very bland. Co-op experience, neutral. I like it, but there's also a lot of problems with it, because I feel like they limit you on some stuff you can do in co-op too much. Events and challenges, I'm satisfied. I think the events and stuff is pretty good. What do you think about the amount of playable content in version 2.3? Fiery Arpeggio of Summer Reunion. Interesting question. I feel like they have the right amount of content. I just feel like some of it was short. But there's no answer like that. This is the closest. I feel like they dropped the right amount of stuff. It's just that some of it was a little shorter than expected. Well, I guess for this update, no. That's more of an issue I've had with previous updates. So yeah, I have to remember, this is just about version 2.3. So yeah, we'll stick with this answer. How satisfied are you with the QB Derby warm-up? That was messing me up way more than I would like to admit. Overall, I'm satisfied with it. I think it's a funny event. I like that it was something that went on for a while and you couldn't just complete it in one go, even though technically there's not much interaction from your side, from the player's point of view. But I don't mind it. If it ends up coming back, I won't be upset, so. How satisfied are you with Dreaming Deep Solaris Film Festival? I haven't completed it all the way yet, but so far, I think it's pretty good. Here are the individual stories. I did really like the story for the second one. And then the third one is the one I haven't gone through all the way yet, so I'll go ahead and just put I haven't experienced yet, but I really like the second one. And overall, the event, I'm pretty cool with it. How satisfied are you with QB Derby? QB Derby. Yeah, same answer. Overall satisfied. I really didn't mind the cube stuff. Going into it, I thought the cube stuff was going to be a little overdone or a little annoying, but nah, I really did not mind them at all. I actually quite liked it. How satisfied are you with the Gilded Night Market? I mean, I got everything that I wanted personally, but I do think it's a little scummy that to get stuff you have to be summoning. So like if you were someone who didn't like Zanny or Siakana and then you just already had all the anniversary characters you wanted, you were kind of forced to summon if you wanted to get anything from here. Granted, you could get points or the currency from doing other stuff as well, but I think to even like get all the summons and like the phantoms colorways, you had to summon at least a little bit. So I'm gonna say neutral on this, because I do think it does put people who are like don't want to summon in a bad spot. So I'll say neutral. Why was it not satisfactory? Well, here we go. Now I can put it into words. I felt that the majority of the currency being locked behind summoning is not a player-friendly idea. How do I want to word this part? I'll say it like this instead. It punishes players who did not want to summon on the banners available during the night market period. And it also punishes players who did summon but got the character slash weapon they want early, so they have no reason to summon more. Yet I feel like you guys get what I'm trying to say here, like, because let's say like you were summoning on Zanny and you were like, oh well, probably through my summons here I'll get enough to get whatever I want from the market, and then you end up getting Zanny in your first 5 pulls. So then now you have like 60 pulls that you want to use to get night market stuff, but you want to save them because like you already got your character, you're not looking to get more copies. So I feel like that's kind of punishing players who get lucky as well. And let me fix some of these mistakes here. So yeah, I just feel like the whole idea of that currency being locked like that is just not a good idea, thus preventing them from acquiring more night. I keep misspelling this. Night market currency. I think that's all I want to say on this. But yeah, like, night market, I was cool with it. But that's also because I was summoning a shit ton for Zanny. And then getting stuff like Brant's weapons and GN, who I ended up losing the 50-50 on anyways. But definitely not, I'm salty about it. But yeah, like, I feel like just stuff like that, it just makes it kind of the night market an unfriendly idea, having so much of the currency. Like, I can understand having some of it locked behind summoning, but I feel like the majority of it, like over 3/4 of it, was locked behind summoning. I could be wrong on that, but regardless, this is... I'd rather them not expand on this idea more, because if they do, then we end up getting like something that Star Rail did with their anniversary, where they have a whole event where if you buy top-ups, you can get like... You have all that stuff here. You get like the special phone wallpaper, some light cone crystals to buy a 5-star light cone and stuff like that, or that 5-star character currency. I don't remember what they're called, the golden spirits or whatever. This feels like the introductory to doing something like that, and so I'd rather than not do something like that, because I did not like that at all for Star Rail, and it's not something I want to see in other gacha games either, whether it be Wuthering Waves, Legends, Zenless, or I don't know, fucking... What's another gacha game? Pokemon trading card game, you know. How satisfied are you with Fantasy of the Thousand Gateways? Overall, very satisfied. How satisfied are you with Beyond the Waves or Nasita? Very satisfied. This is one of my favorite events. I love this event. It's such a simple event, but I like it. It's one of those nice simple events that gacha games needs, that are able to be repeated. And yeah, I don't know why people would be upset with that event. With versions 2.3 text quality, very satisfied. I haven't noticed any typos. Do you have any suggestions or feedbacks regarding the text quality in Wuthering Waves? I do not. How satisfied are you with the Anniversary Resonator Convene? This is a very hot topic in the community, because there's a lot of people upset that the first 5-star on these banners was not guaranteed. And I kind of understand the point of that. But, like, it's a gacha game at the end of the day, so it's like, but apparently they do that for punishing Grey Raven. So if it's something they do in their other games, I don't get why they didn't do it in Wuthering Waves. So I feel like I'm kind of neutral on this, but I think the better answer would be somewhat dissatisfied. But I did like the fact that they brought back so many characters for the first anniversary. You know, like, I feel like that's a really nice touch, to bring all these characters back and their weapons for people who missed out. Because I feel like the Wuthering Waves player base has definitely expanded a lot more since 2.0 started, because 1.0, the 1.0 updates were kind of rough. But I feel like after 2.0 and all that good, like, word of mouth started spreading, I feel like a lot of people jumped in, and I feel like this was a really good way for them to get the characters they wanted, so I guess that makes it even worse that they didn't have 100% guarantee on the first one, huh? Especially for, like, an anniversary. You know what? The more I talk about it, the more I'm dissatisfied I'm getting with it. Yes. I like how they include 2 answers. Yes, you got the ones you wanted. Yes, but I didn't get the resonators I wanted. And no. See, this is a weird question, or a tough question for me to answer, because I summoned 3 things from the Anniversary Resonator Convene. Brandt's Weapon, GN, and Chun-Li. I got Brandt's Weapon and I got Chun-Li, but I lost the 50-50 on GN. So I technically got what I wanted, but I also missed out on one. But it's also the least important one, and to be fair, I did get 2 out of the 3 things I was going for. So I feel like I should say yes. Why did you convene for Resonators under the Anniversary Resonator Convene banner? Enhance my team's combat. The presence in the storyline appeals to me. Experience with them in this version was great. Visual design appeals to me. I don't find the current versions of new Resonators appealing. They fit into my favorite / regular team comp. Yeah. And then I didn't summon on Chun-Li the first time she was here. I didn't summon on GN the first time he was here either. So I don't think I can really say this. So yeah, we'll stop right there. Next one, the weapon banners. But before we continue, I need a quick... Yeah, someone's calling me. Hold up, let me answer this. Alright, that's a problem for tomorrow. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Where were we? Middle of the survey. Alright, how satisfied are you with the weapon convene? It's hard to say no to this one, because weapons are guaranteed, so that helps. So yeah, very satisfied. Got what I wanted out of the weapon convene as well, so. Based on your experience in the game so far, do you have any additional feedback or suggestions? Alright, here we go. This is the big meat of it. Alright. So let's go ahead and start listing some of the problems I have. First, and this is very controversial within the community, but I'm going to go ahead and say it because while I don't always agree with all the reasons people give, it's just something I would like to see, and that is more male... Hold on. More male playable. I guess I should put playable first. More playable male resonators. Okay. Now, I know there's two big sides to this in terms of this, and whatever their reasons are, whatever. I'm going to give my reason for this. One, it just allows for greater diversity in designs across the cast. And two, so far all the male playable resonators they've made have been super dope. Brant, super fucking fun to play as. Yao, super fucking fun to play as. GN, badass dude who's super fun to play as. So they've been all hits so far, so I'm like, why would you not want more? They've been nailing each one of them so far, so why not keep making more, you know? So yeah, I just allows for more diversity in designs across the playable cast, because let's be honest, some of the female designs look very similar to one each other. Case in point, Siakana and Carlotta basically have the exact same outfit, and so it's like, you know, maybe we had some more males thrown in there. I'm not saying that would have changed your design or would have helped it, but I'm just saying, like, if we're already running into very similar designs, even though I've heard that there's a reason, supposedly in her story, I haven't played through her story quest yet, but supposedly in her story quest there's a little bit more reason given to why her outfit, it's not like strictly told to you, but it's like implied a little bit why her outfit is so similar to Carlotta's, but it's just, you know, I'm just saying, like, if we're already running into this issue of characters looking very similar to each other with similar designs or similar outfits, then yeah, maybe we should cut down on the amount of females and do some male resonators just to give the design team a break and let them come up with other ideas, you know. But yeah, allows for more diversity in designs across the playable cast. Plus, the current male resonators are all great designs and fun to play, so why not have more? Number 2, more summonable 4-star resonators. Now, this is just an issue in general with most gacha games, I feel like, nowadays. Especially like the bigger ones. HSR, ZZZ. Apparently Genshin doesn't have this issue, so shout out to Genshin, they finally did something right. And Wuthering Waves also has this problem. Having more 4-stars just allows for more team diversity. They didn't. Alright, never mind. I'm being told that Genshin did not fix this issue either. I thought Genshin was better about this, but I guess not. I don't play Genshin. I just go off what I see on Twitter. So, never mind. Genshin, you didn't do anything right. But anyways, yeah, it's just, 4-stars just allow for more, diversity in I don't want to say diversity again. 4 stars just allow more options, plus gives... How do I want to word this? Okay, let's see. Trying to like type my thought out while also saying it at the same time is like weird, because like if I just say it how I want to say it, it's gonna come off very weird, because it's gonna be like me using like words like bruh, and I don't want to put that in here. It's like a professional, not a professional, but just like a tailored way of saying it. Okay, here we go. Teams in Wuthering Waves right now are starting to become very similar to one another. Oops, to one another due to lack of supportive, or due to lack of 4 stars that can fit cohesively, or no, I don't want to say cohesively, that can fit with the 5-star cast. For example, Storekeeper is on almost every single team in Wuthering Waves due to her unique role in the game as the sole major support unit. Adding in a 4-star that is a diluted kit of Shorekeeper would help. Diluted is not a good word. Adding in a 4-star, modern 4-star, with support capabilities in some fashion, similar to Shorekeeper, can help keep the game fresh and new. Teams in Wuthering Waves starting to become very similar to one another due to lack of 4 stars that can fit with the 5-star cast. For example, Shorekeeper is on almost every single team in Wuthering Waves due to her unique role in the game as the sole major support unit. Adding in a modern 4-star support capabilities in some fashion similar to Storekeeper can help keep the game fresh and new. There are also many characters. Trying to like type when you're not facing directly to your keyboard is harder than I thought it would be. Because I'm like slanted, so I'm like, I don't know. For me, it's obviously proven to be more difficult. But I feel like other people are like, bro, you're just having trouble typing. There are also many characters in the game that are NPCs that could be great picks as 4 stars, such as the trainer, or the NPC that is the base for the level up material. Level up material battles, or even the shopkeeper from Laguna, the ingredient shopkeeper. I think her name is Rosemary, but I'm not sure. Also, that is not how you spell ingredient. That is also not how you spell ingredients. How do you spell ingredients? Let's see here. Ingredients. Whoops. Or even the ingredients shopkeeper from Raguna. Is her name Rosemary? I think it's Rosemary. Then you even have Margarita. Like, there's just a lot of great NPCs that they could use that I don't know why they don't for 4 stars. What would be another issue I have in this game? Echo XP. Echo XP. Making builds in this game. God damn, my phone keeps lighting up. Making builds in this game is fun, but the amount of Echo XP that you can gain to level up your Echoes for your Sonata sets is a little bit too low, considering that you need 5 for a full build. The amount that can be earned needs to be adjusted a little bit. Like, I'm not saying that they should make it easy as fuck for us to build, because, like, obviously they don't want to do that, but I feel like they could maybe up it a little bit. Because I feel like right now, the cost of that is a little bit too much. It's, you know, there's not enough Echo XP in the game, or ways of being able to get it in the game. I feel like it's a little bit, I feel like they could up the ratio just a little bit, and I feel like it'd be pretty good. The modifier thing helps a lot. Maybe a substat selector. Allow for use to select a certain substat on echoes, or to re-roll a substat. Maybe something like that. What other additional feedback or suggestions would I have? Trying to think, what other issues with the game do I have right now that I would want them to fix? I mean, I feel like these are like my main issues. The Resonator issue, 4-star Resonator issue, Echo XP just upping the ratio a little bit for us. Maybe adding a substat selector, because that'll help with, at least if they don't want to up the ratio, then having that could help us a little bit. Trying to think, what else could they... What is another issue I have with the game? Oh. No, they kind of fixed it. I was going to say combat events, but they've been doing a good job of that lately. Oh. Training mode. A training mode for solo Resonators exist already, but a training mode where we can take a team that we selected to practice rotations would be much appreciated. So yeah, you can't, there's no training mode to take a team. Like, you can go in and like, oh, let's see what Zanny does, let's see what Carlotta does. And you can play their tutorial, and then you can just sit in there and just mess around with the mobs they keep spawning for you. But it'd be nice to have a training mode for like team, so that way you can work on like your rotation and stuff. So that would be something that'd be nice to be added. Number 6. Do I have anything else I really want to add? They've been doing good with like voices and presentation of the story. So I don't really think I need to add anything about that. I mean, overall, I feel like this covers most of the issues I have. Right now I can't think of anything else that I was really annoyed with, especially in this version. I haven't had too many issues. Allow PC players to unlock frame rate / go higher than 60 FPS. And anything else? Actually, wait, I want to go back and add something on this about the 4 stars. Patches where only 1 5-star is released would be great spots to release new 4-star characters, such as when Lumi released, because Lumi released with Carmelia's patch, but Carmelia was the only new 5-star in that patch. So Carmelia came out in the first half, and then Lumi was released in the second half on the rerun banners, and I feel like that'd be a good pattern to keep up. So, for instance, the Cantarella patch, or 2.2, could have been Cantarella in the first half with a new 4-star resonator in the second half on the Shorekeeper. Funny enough, I was talking about Shorekeeper in this question earlier, and she was the one that reran in the second half of that patch. This would be a nice pattern to follow, because we actually do get quite a bit of patches. There's only 1 5-star in this game. I feel like we've had 4 already. So, well, that would be a nice pattern to follow. And it doesn't make it sound like I want them to release a 4-star every patch, even though that would be nice. I know that's not feasible. But yeah, I can't think of anything else in here that I would want to add. So for the last one, more Carlotta content would be appreciated. Hashtag glory to the Montellis. Alright. Yeah, it pretty much covers most of what I wanted to deal with in terms of this game and the major issues I've had with it. Like, off the top of my head, I'm like trying to think, is there any other issues I've had? And like, nothing that I think would require me to make a thing on here. So I think with that, I'm ready to submit. And with that, the survey is officially completed. So that is my thoughts on Wuthering Waves right now in its current state. Overall, very happy with the game. It is my favorite gacha game out right now, so that kind of contributes a lot to how I feel about the game and why I feel like I didn't have too much criticism to make about it. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys thought. If you guys had similar thoughts to me, if you had other complaints or issues with the game, I'd love to hear it. Always down to hear people talk about Wuthering Waves. So other than that, I will see you all next time. Peace out.